Hi, Darin Mangum here. Today, I'd like to talk about the biographical information that is typically included or should be included in your private placement memorandum or your PPM. I found in drafting private placement memorandum documents, PPM documents, oftentimes the biographical information regarding the principles of the deal are often glossed over and are isn't taken seriously. Oftentimes, obviously, you need to disclose who the key personnel are for the issuer or the management team. You've got to describe their biographical information. There's a couple mistakes that I've seen people make, and one is, oh, we'll just cut and paste my bio from LinkedIn into my PPM, and then just keep moving and focus on everything else. Um, Really, a lot of time and attention needs to be taken into what is in that content in that biographical sketch, and making sure that it is in fact material correct. Oftentimes, um, biographical information may be overly flowery or overly inflated, or um, you know, boast of different successes over the years, or my track record in this area or in that area, and that is a potential landmine. Just last week, I was at the SEC for a client, and we were going through a PPM, and they were focusing in on the person's biographical background and information, and spent a lot of time on that, and obviously that was presented to investors, and um, the person that they were talking about was being questioned on, hey, well, is about their educational background, about their experience in the industry, and if you accidentally just overinflate that, or overemphasize certain things that may not be 100% accurate, or maybe overly um, overly promotive, right? As far as that goes, it could get you into trouble. So make sure when you're looking at the biographical information in a PPM, that is not only materially correct, but also not just overly, when you look at, don't puff yourself out. I mean, this is not the time or the place in a PPM to just go on and on about all your accomplishments. You want to keep that concise. I mean, the other mistake I've seen people make is they just dump their resume in there, and it doesn't really, and there's maybe too much, it's kind of too much information as far as, oh, here's all my degrees and my hobbies and my kids and all this other stuff that's in there, and really all that is not really relevant. I mean, what needs to be, when you're drafting that biographical information, needs to be certainly relevant to the deal that you're doing, and obviously it has to be correct. And so anyway, that's just something I've noticed, just recently, looking at some of those biographical information. Oftentimes, if I get the biographical information, if I'm drafting a PPM, that's great. If you send me the LinkedIn information, I can certainly modify it and cut it down to size and make sure it fits. So I do that all the time. So anyway, but that's just something to again, I see that over and over again, that kind of gets glossed over, the biographical information for the team, and so that's just an important factor to look at. Again, if you have any questions about any of this on this topic or any other topics, feel free to give me a call. Darin Mangum, the PPM attorney, 801-787-9072 is my cell. Happy to answer any questions you might have about that. And thanks for watching.